everyone. Hello.
Hello.
She's muted. Oh, she's unmuted now. I have Hershe the Shadow Reader and 999 ASMR Tarot, otherwise known as Bill. And he's been creating a lot of artwork on his channel during the late night hours. And so I love that.
Oh my God.
This is a night scene.
Is that all?
It's a nighttime scene.
Oh my God.
I can show you the reference photo is not very.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
That was one of the. I did that just the other night. And I also brought as show and tell this scene that I'm working on here. And so if I ever get off my arse and open up my Etsy store, this is one of the items that will be listed because it's in a studio with frame. And I have another one of these canvases that I'm working with, but I'm also been doing a lot of tutorials or, trying to do a bunch of learning. So instead of like my tarot education, I've been doing art education. And so I'm not as far along on tarot as I thought I should be. But anyways.
Well, today we thought we would try some alternative divination methods, not just your standard tarot cards. And Bill's got some great ideas on how to use lottery tickets for divination. I'm going to use primarily charms and die casting. And Hershe, what are you going to be using?
I have dice and dowsing. I'll get it out here in a minute. Dowsing rods, and if I need a clarifier, I will pull a charm. But I'm not using any cards. I am literally letting the showstopper be the man in the middle, because you guys, this thing that he has created with literally something I would have never, no matter how many times I stood at a convenience store or a counter buying stuff, would have ever thought to see it as divination. About a week ago, he completely blew my mind with his tool and his connection to these amazing statement cards. I don't know what to call them other than statement pieces. They literally are amazing. So I cannot wait. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to this.
I created them from losing crossword scratch tickets.
Losing. Oh yeah, that's right. You said that.
The losing is the operative word here, because all the winners I already cashed them out. So never won by very much. But you know what I can do, if anybody is interested in, is I have a set of numbered cards where I can divine for lottery numbers.
I thought you were going to tell us the code, how to read the numbers on the back of the lottery ticket to tell if you were going to win $2 or $4 or whatever.
I cannot tell you that, but what I can do is I can pull some random numbers for you off these cards. But if you're looking for Mega Millions or Powerball, but if I don't, because a lot of states have different number fields that they choose from. So if you know which your number field is, I can do your state lottery, but I'd have to get to prepare that by, because I have them, they're all mixed up. So I have them geared to the Oregon State Lottery, not your state lottery. But I can add the appropriate cards in, and I can pull from Powerball and for Mega.
Do you see code, or does something with numbers just stand out that isn't obvious to the rest of us when we see numbers and sequences of numbers? Is there something that just grabs your attention, or is it something very natural you've done your whole life?
No, it's because, well, okay, when it comes to like lottery numbers, I've been playing the
Well,
lottery
I
for
just
a
mean
long.
numbers.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't really know about that. I
Hmm.
I had a couple experiences where I used random numbers that I found in my environment, and I won. In Washington State, in the old like Nokia phones where they had buttons on them, and if you didn't lock the buttons out, that and you shove that phone in your front pocket, you would get a whole bunch of random numbers that would pull in there. Well, one time I played those random numbers and I won $150 in the Washington State lottery.
Wow.
Just and then another time I had I in a dream I dreamed and I saw like this phone number written on a little slip of paper, and I wrote it down because I knew that if I didn't write it down, of course I wouldn't remember it. But I wrote it down, but it turned out to be a live phone number, and I went through like
Oh, wow.
databases at work and so forth to try to find out where if that was a number that I'd seen. I'd never, but I couldn't find it in any of the databases, and it happened to be an actual
Mhm.
live line phone number. And but nevertheless, because I called it once, and then hung up. I was thinking because some old people answered, but nevertheless, I played those numbers in the lottery, and I won money as well. And so my
Wow.
yeah. So
I'm seeing a pattern here. I'm seeing a pattern.
that I, that lottery, the most I've ever won on a state lottery is $150. But through my method of drawing lottery numbers from cards I have.
My my extent at winning the lotto was I bought a $5 scratch off, a break the bank ticket, and won $50. And pers- I scratched it off in the car and proceeded to get out of the car and go back into the little gas station where I bought it from. But in my excitement to collect my $50, I locked my keys in my car. So it cost me $45 for a locksmith to come out and get in my car.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's best to wait until you get home before you scratch any tickets or anything like that, because like I've done anything regarding lottery, because any win that's like more than like $1 or $2 can result in a hell of a shock to you, because you don't expect to win anything at all.
Oh,
And for the most part, because you
absolutely.
just,
Absolutely.
because you're right. I mean, I write off the lottery as well. This is a tax that I'm paying. I am paying, doing my duty as a citizen, and I am paying taxes because it's the cost of living in this society is taxes. And maybe I don't have a tax bill now because my income is really like non-existent. And but I'm paying into that system by buying by participating in the lottery. And anyways,
I don't think I've ever seen it that looked at it that way, but that's kind of cool.
Well, when I
Rossi
tune in here,
says, "Well, first of all, hi Rossi, Miss Moonlight. Hi everybody.
Lou,
I have never played scratch offs. A guy at a gas station said to play because of a better chance. I played and won $100. Look at
yeah,
that. Good choice. I think it's in the choice, right? I
yeah,
don't know. I used to work at gas stations and I would watch people just buy them literally. Like if they had their chance, they would hand me their whole paycheck and they would walk out with the whole roll, or if they could, you know what I mean? But I mean, there was so many people that would come in with patterns and Did it get refilled today? Because if so, I need 13 people to buy one before I can buy one. And I'm just like, wait, what? How am I'm not going to be able to keep up? And they're like, don't worry, we know the number sequence pattern. And I was like, and so for you to say that about, just recognizing like a state code or a pattern, that is amazing. I did not know that existed. So that's pretty cool. And maybe I should pay attention.
So if you're a Keno player, you would, and you played Keno slot machines, you would play patterns. And I played because I worked in a casino, I have played lots of Keno slot machines. It's the way to extend your money out further. So you could play on $20 for an hour, whereas on a other slot machine you could play on $100 for like 3 minutes. The ones that
Right.
that yeah.
I'm not, I guess, what you would call a gambler, but I like the slots, I guess. I want to sit at the dime or quarter one and just have fun. I mean, I'm literally not counting on walking away with anything. And I usually only take 20 or $50 when I go, period. Like, that's it. That's it. If I walk out with $51, trust me, I am the wiener and I'm taking it because I only walked in with X amount of dollars, So absolutely. Yeah. Once I make anything over what I walked in there with, whether it's the 20 or the 50, I'm the winner. I've never been that chance taker. I don't know. I'm scared to sit at a casino and gamble, but apparently I'm going to at least give it a shot, and I'm going to try to gamble a little bit when I go on vacation. I'm going to be in the middle of the ocean, so why not gamble for just a little bit?
Yeah,
got a little money set to the side just to have a little fun, just to see if I'm missing anything.
Well, you're really not, and so
thank you, Miss Moonlight. Channel. Thank you.
Yeah, so if
well, Thomas likes roulette, right? Isn't that what you said?
Yeah, I like roulette.
Yeah. Well, I inherited.
He's a gambler, so I guys would talk the language.
There is a bit of the luck gene, people do have that, it's like people inherit the psychic gene, or they inherit the luck gene. And so my uncle, all of his wives have all been tribal in one form or another, but when he was a young man and in the Air Force, he would go to Reno and he played these systems playing roulette, and I think that was before they they changed rules where you weren't allowed. Now you can't play betting systems anymore. You can play it up to a certain number, but if you can play a certain betting system, you can usually come out ahead in roulette. And so he would go play these betting systems, and then he would walk out. He would always be winning, and then pretty soon the casino bosses would be coming up to him saying, "Hey, we would really appreciate it if you didn't come back. Don't come back to our casino anymore. I'm sorry."
That's where they set table limits. Like maybe you can only bet $500 on an outside bet, an even money bet, red or black, high or low, or the 3 dozens, the first, middle, or last dozen. Of course, you always, on American roulette, you got those two numbers, 0 and 00, that skew the payoff a little bit because they pay you off at 35 to 1 instead of 38 to 1, which are the true odds.
Yes, exactly. And
should I be taking notes, guys? I feel like I should be taking notes. I don't have a clue what you guys.
You never want to get involved.
Sounds like you guys are talking or
Yes.
All right, this is the betting system. If you're playing unlimited, if you're playing on odds or even, or red or black, and you're playing on a table that has an unlimited amount of money that you can lay down on the table, then with every time you lose, you double your bet. You can only double so many times on a table. You can only double so many times before you have doubled more money than there is in the entire world. But you can get your money back if you double after every time you lose. And then so you start out with like one chip or whatever the table minimum is, and then you play that on red or you play it on black. But you have those two points of time where it's the green ones that will pop up. But generally it almost feels like it's a 50-50 chance that you will, just like flipping a coin, that you will come up with heads 50% of the time, or roughly, and so that's how you're playing these systems. And it's a very simple one. So the first time, one chip, where you lose. The next time you lay down 2 chips, then 4 chips, then 8 chips, then 16 chips, then 16 times 2 is 32, then 64, then it goes on up. But eventually, so if you have an unlimited amount of money, eventually
256, 512, and then you've hit your $500 table limit, and
exactly,
they won't let you double again.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
If you happen to lose, what's that, like 8 times in a row, and you get up to that 512, well, you've not only lost the 512, you've lost nearly double that.
That is right. That's right.
Cumulative bet.
Yeah, and that is correct. And so
sometimes the law of large numbers catches up to you, and you would think that you'd have approximately 50-50 chance of red or black or odd or even or high or low, whatever you're betting on, even money. But sometimes that quarter just flips 25 heads in a row.
You're right. So the way to test this system out is to test it on tablet apps where you have no money to lay down on, and you can double up until infinity, and then you can see if the system actually works or not. Otherwise, don't even try it.
Well, we're not here to gamble. We're here to give you sure thing divination reads. So anybody who would like a reading, if you have a yes or no question, just put your yes or no question in there and say me. Or if you have a love life question, Bill, do you do third-party readings?
You know what? I will give it a go. I will give it. I can do third-party reading.
Okay, and then and for people out there who might not know what a third-party reading is what do you see the outcome of Raul and my relationship? But Raul is not here to give his permission to have his privacy invaded, so to speak. And I would say that most questions that we get asked in tarot reading are pretty much third-party questions, especially if you get into politics or asking about celebrities.
Yeah, not comfortable with the idea of doing health-related questions. And I don't know. I don't think politics is. I don't know. I think those energies are way too big that I don't really think we should even be asking those questions either.
Well, the certainties in the United States are death and taxes. It comes to us eventually.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, tax is not.
Absolutely. We actually do have one person, and PD, I thought you had a wrench, but apparently you don't have a wrench, PD. We will get you a wrench. Uh, just like if I could do it, you'd already had a wrench. I thought you had a wrench, but you do have a question, so we will read on the question, and then we will work on turning you blue. All right. Your question is, am I headed down the right path right now for my channel?
Are we
That is your question.
are we reading on Keep Hope Alive Psychic Investigations, or are we reading on the Tarot Lounge?
No more Tarot Lounge.
There is no more Tarot Lounge. Okay.
So psychic investigation. So I guess it really doesn't matter what your channel content is. So her name
Yes,
is
Keep Hope Alive Psychic Investigation. Her channel is Keep Hope Alive Psychic Investigations.
Okay.
That's the question. The question channel she is questioning. Has the question. I'll get it out. Ooh, well, that's definitely good. Okay, so we got 2 3s. We got 2s and 3s. Okay. All right. Well, I'll go first just to kind of start it off while Bill and Thomas get everything going. So I'm going to do it 2 different ways. I'm going to ask the yawns, or well, you've already asked it. I'm going to see if I can receive it through the divination rods. But when I rolled the dice, I got a positive sign, right? I didn't get the negative sign. I got a positive sign, and I got hard 2 and a hard 3, right? So if we were playing a game of craps, I would say that, you are absolutely in alignment to where you need to be, right? There's some key words that are positive that go with the number 2 and go with 3. Some of those positive words are alignment, pairing, trust, choice, optimism, creativity, and communication. With this being paired with a plus, my dice are absolutely saying that this is definitely in a direction that will be inspirational, and it will also give someone the alignment that they need as well. Sometimes people need to see other people's opinions about things to to remove the blinders, right? They're already charged. I'm ready to go, guys. Trust me. Is she going in the right direction for her channel? Got a slow start here. But I did get a guess. So stay focused in the 2-3 energy and know that the universe is supporting you with full abundance. That's what I got for you. Bill, you ready? You got something?
No, I'm working on it.
Okay.
Kind of in this.
Okay, PD, you should have a wrench now. Well, I'm going to use the Crystal Ball Oracle for this since it's pretty much cut or dried. Am I going the right direction? Going down the right path?
Yes.
So this is just 13 little cards with yes, no's, and maybes. And I'd like to do best of 3. It's not the right time. So that's sort of a no. This is a definite yes, right? Yep, that's a definite yes. And the tiebreaker is you're going in the right direction. So chances are that this is going to be the right path for you, PD.
Okay.
Wow. Yay.
Since my memory is kind of faulty here, when I pulled up my losing scratch ticket card, I came up with the number 33. So it's the card number 33. So and so when I was looking on my tablet to get easy answers for 33, it was giving me the runaround, and I don't want to go way through a ton of text. But 30 is kind of like I see it as like an alignment number. But when I did my answer card, it came up, you are in for it, with the number 1313. And so that's now how you would take it. So this is you're deep into it. So maybe this is where you're at, and maybe you need to. And since it's like a 1313 added together, it comes up to a 4. And in my book, a 4 is like a stay the course kind of number, a number of stability there. And so, maybe this is the right move for you, and just keep on going. Now, are you doing live streams and things like that? You might switch to doing vertical live streams, because Amanda has had really good luck with the vertical live stream, and sometimes you can the verticals, because the verticals are, because most of the people view YouTube on their telephone and they're not viewing it on computers. Some majority do. So now, granted, you will get a lot more riffraff by, if you're looking for higher views and more watch time and stuff like that, you will get more riffraff by opening it up into that vertical live stream bucket, because you just never know who's going to come into your chat. You can get increased number of trolls, or you could get whatever. You just never know. So while
The best part.
Sorry, and I'm going to go and see what word comes to my mind. Well, the words that come into my mind from my losing scratch ticket is theme and achieve. And so you can achieve your goals by really just doubling down on your theme. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that she has refocused her channel, and she's going all in on one direction for the criminal investigations.
Yeah.
And she's taken along a partner, which is Hershe.
Okay.
I'm taking it in as he's saying it, and everything he's saying is everything I have been telling her. Everything he's saying, and it's just like I'm just over here like, oop. And then an out loud thought came out, almost like, "See, I was about to say, see, I told you so," but I was like, "Oh, shut."
Well, but the other thing to know is, because I'm running a variety show on my channel, and I'm like going to be starting in every Tuesday, doing tarot every Tuesday, but I'm going to be starting in with this fancy keyword tarot deck, because I don't have all the cards memorized, and I have another keyword deck.
There's nothing wrong with
that. That's right, because it's like my mind is such that it's like I feel like I can't start something unless I have everything a baseline in front of me first before I can, do things. But then I do realize that the spirit has been pushing me towards, well, you really need to do this. And you really shouldn't worry about your own whatever, because you can do this. And so sometimes you don't need to have all the knowledge in your head in order to do something. And so, you're doing that. You're in this investigation thing. You are going into the unknown, and it may be something that bears fruit, but maybe it's just pure entertainment, because a lot of that, what we got here is we live here in these lives and we really don't know anything, and much of the stuff is just pure entertainment to pass time away. But anyways, I'll get off my I borrowed this from Tarot Stash. Let me see if I can find it here. My my soapbox card. I'm gonna get off the soapbox now.
So, Bill, you said
Yeah.
the number was 33 that you initially came up with?
33 and 1313.
Okay. So a lot of people would say that's an angel number or a portal number. Just
Absolutely.
in spirituality, that's a good portent.
Yes. Optimism, creativity, communication. Yeah. Where is there a negative in
Power of
any
the
of them?
threes, the Trinity, Father, Son, Holy
That's right.
Ghost. If you're Christian,
Absolutely.
id, ego, superego. If you're the self.
You guys know I am not religious, but I will never forget that when I crossed the other side and came back, they said, always remember, when three or more come together in place for the source, you are in a sacred circle. So, three on the good side is one of the best numbers in my world. But when it is coming at me with synchronicities and red flags, oh my God, I run from the rule of three because I do not want to repeat the pattern for the fourth time. I try to figure it out as quickly as possible. I love threes. They are sharp as a razor, but man, I love threes.
Well, there is that I can give you.
Alrighty.
Sorry, there's another question here. But as far as like threes, when
Yeah, we have. You can keep talking.
okay. Well, I was just like just countering on that one. I used to do a lot of writers groups and writing together with people, and when there was like three or more people, I always felt like there was a fourth person that was there when there was three. When there was five, four, I felt like there was a fifth person there. That there was like an extra mind that was there when more than two people gathered together to do a task.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Okay. Well, hell, that makes it easier. I only need me and one other person. Doesn't make it so hard to look for them. All right, Ellen, you are up, baby. She says, me, I have a love question. Any new relationships coming up for me? Don't want any of the old ones coming back. Hi, Jeff. Hi, everybody coming in. My chair is stuck in a rut. I'm stuck in a rut. This is not funny, but I keep laughing at myself. I'm stuck in a rut. Okay. All right. Let's look at some numbers. Uh-oh. It went negative. Okay. All right. So we're looking at the fours, the 3, and the 6. So the 4. Okay. All right. So you got 2 of them. So that's a hard 4. So 3. Misunderstood. Pattern. Red flags. Okay. So here's what's going to happen. I do not like being, the other side of a coin when somebody really wants a hopeful answer, especially when I'm preaching about hope all the time, right? I'm constantly spewing all the time, right? Here's what I want you to understand is someone I believe is going to try to come back, right? So you got 2 4s, you got a 6, and you got a 3, but they went on. I didn't get the positive love. I got the negative, right? I'm not on camera because I'm stuck in a rut and I don't know where my camera's at. Okay. So you got the negative. So when you think about the 4s, right? 4s are on the negative side, not the positive side of spirituality. You have to understand there's 2 sides, right? So the negative to that 4 is going to be walls, lesson, and lack, right? This is life coming in to say it's time for you to learn your lesson, right? Why do I say that? Because the first energy tagged with it, the closest number is the 3, and the 3 is about misunderstood self, inner self, lessons, and red flags. So there is a pattern that comes back. You're going to recognize the pattern maybe even before you recognize who it is that is the worst of the ones that is trying to come back. The negative to the 6 is about the imbalance within yourself, right? So if you think about trying to turn this 6 around, you're absolutely going to get back into a place that isn't hurtful to yourself. You'll be able to stop with the, even negative thoughts are self-harming, right? So the negative to a 6, where it's supposed to be nurturing, this is the self-harming part. And that can even be when we get that stinking thinking and that monkey mind mentality, right? So make sure that you understand, to keep yourself in balance, you're going to have to really just cut off them. Close the door. Block. Don't let them change the phone number, right? Sometimes you have to make it so clear that they don't have the right to even try. And this is that opportunity for you right now to block them in every shape, form, and fashion. But if you don't and they come in, life, I do believe, is not going to be very comfortable for you. And I do believe that the lesson in it is to repeat a cycle that you clearly don't want to repeat. I wish I had a better answer for you, but that's what I got on my side. Who's next?
Well, okay. My answer card said no, you don't have any new relationships coming into your life. But it was no with a question mark. So it means, though, there's a possibility that's there. And it, in my word cards tell me that if you want a new relationship, you're going to have to earn it. You have to earn that thing, and maybe that you can do that by concentrating more on like sun energy. But maybe at this time in your life, you really don't need any new relationships.
Okay. So, Ellen, I threw some charms. I got my denture cup from the hospital, and I put my charms in it. So I've got about 250 silver charms in this old denture cup. And the 3 charms that came out for you are one's a simple star. So you're the star of your own life, and you decided that whether you decided or the other person decided that, you know, the relationships weren't working out and you parted ways. You just need to take a little ownership, because in every successful relationship, it's not 50-50. It's 25-75. You put in 75% of the effort to get 25% of what you see as a win. So if there was an inequity in some of your past relationships. This is a little angel. Just make sure that you're innocent of any blame or not blame or shame, but recognize your part in the relationship. Did you do everything that you could to make it work, or was it entirely dysfunctional to begin with? And I've been in love before, and sometimes love is blind. In and in that real heady early part of the relationship, you're so caught up in love and in the feelings that red flags are easy to bypass. But then after you've been with a person for a year, what used to be cute is now become annoying. Um, not all relationships are going to work out, but just make sure that if you had any culpability in the situation why it didn't work out, that you try to learn the lessons and not repeat it in the next go around. And the third one is a double heart. Just make sure that you've got enough overlapping interests to find commonality between you two. Not, yes, there are differences. Maybe it's man, woman. Maybe it's um, masculine energy, and there's maybe a passive energy. With a two male relationship. But just find a passion or interest that keeps both of you interested, but make sure you have hobbies and friends and other interests apart so you stay well rounded. Like Bill here, he's not only doing tarot and divination on his channel, he's doing art. He's not only doing painting, he's doing sculpture with the masks that he's making. And the creativity, you want to have enough divergent interests to keep it interesting, because you don't want to get stale and bored. And that's what I have for you, Ellen.
I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
Did you have anything to add, Bill?
Well, the other things that came into me is the word ink, and so you can write your new reality. So you can, you're not set on this path that you're on is not completely set, but with a lot of work you can rewrite your reality and change directions in your life. And so you had these issues with these old partners that you don't want back into your life, and you want to have some new lives, but new types of relationships. And as Hershe said, that often, sometimes we just keep on meeting the same person. So like in my own personal life, I am not really seeking any new romance, because everybody I've been with was the same person. And so it's like, I feel like, well, maybe I just don't want to do the work in my life to find that person. And so that's really like your choice, and so that's kind of what I got, because the number I got was 20, which is, it's like the balance number of 2 plus the 0, and you're looking at like that's a newness, a 0 being what potentiality, being a singularity, being like a seed or an egg, and so you could start if you could you can start over again and you can rewrite your reality. So if being with somebody is something that's really important to you, then maybe you need to do the work in order to bring somebody new into your life. That so it's not always the same, whatever it is that you don't want. I don't know if that makes any sense.
And then if you view your relationship as a partnership, LLP, limited liability partnership, you draw up the contracts and you have this commonality goal together, whether it to be to raise a family, or to bring the business of marriage together, like maybe the Clintons. I would say that they're a corporate marriage. They're both Bill and Hillary were lawyers, and I think they used each other to gain prominence. And she supported him, and he supported her, and together they were a power couple and made good and bad relationships in the community that they were influencers in.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not just loving marriages. There are marriages of convenience. I would say that Hershe and I are, for all intents and purposes, de facto in a partnership, because we have to combine our resources together to make it through each month. We both, without each other, we both would have iffy living situations and maybe not a roof over our heads. And we're not sofa surfing. So
Thank God.
it's worked out good for me. I don't know if Hershey's getting any benefits out of this,
So
because she had all the worry when I was sick and in the hospital, but she did take care of business and take care of the cats, and made sure that the neighbor's house didn't get broken into for the latest crack house or whatever people were breaking in next door to do. So we there's a give and a take, and there's benefits to both of us. So Hershey, thank you
absolutely,
for
absolutely.
being there.
I want to say one thing real quick. Miles is real busy, but he made sure to let me know that I needed to let you know something. So you're about to get a WWMD real quick, right? All right. So Elaine, your next relationship is with you. Period. You need to get into you. You need to love you and raise your vibration so high that anything after this moment right now, they're never going to be able to be on the same vibrational level with you. And don't lower your vibration for them ever again. Your next relationship is you. And that's what Miles wants you to know. Whew.
And what have you been
Came
saying
all the
about
way
me?
in just to say that.
Wow.
And Hershey, what have you been saying
Huh?
about me and my vibration since I've had the damselfly land on my finger and the honeybees
Absolutely.
at me
Absolutely.
for the last
If
couple of weeks?
you raise your vibration, you will have amazing connections made with all kinds of amazing people, creatures, and all kinds of things of nature and everything else. Your next relationship. And I can't wait to see what you say in maybe a year from now when you look back on this. Mosaic. Mosaic says, will I get a raise in October 2024? Oh, I actually got the plus sign. Okay. Oh, and I got 2 6s. All right, so this is about power and balance, harmony and nurturing. So, yes, I do believe there is going to be an increase in them 3 or 4 words that allow you to have some kind of comfortableness that maybe you're not at right now. You got a 2 and a 3. The 2 and the 3. The 2, again, is about alignment, pairing, trust, and choice. And the 3, the optimism, the creativity and the communications. So I do believe that maybe you have absolutely earned an increase, and I do believe there's some kind of increase coming to you in the month of October. I don't know what, how much, or where, but I do believe that there is an increase, a raise for you coming in some way, shape, form, or fashion in October 2024. And that's what I've got for you. I'm going to go, something's knocking. I'm expecting a delivery. I'm going to be checking. I'll be right back.
Want to take the next one, Bill? This one?
Yeah, go ahead. You can go first.
Okay.
So
the I got 4 charms for you this time. So sometimes these charms are hard to read or hard to figure out what they are. So I'm going to take this as one as a bunny. I don't know, on top of a circle. There's some ears, and there's a round face and a little bow tie that's inside the circle. So I'm going to say that is gain in status or gain in family. You've been at this job for a while. We've got the tree, so that means you've got the grounding and the foundation and the basis, and you've spread your knowledge out. I hear you troubleshoot situations and you ask questions to head off any potential problems before they're realized. And I know since you were in a legal position and you've got to get paperwork done right through the courts, there's a lot of procedural things that you have learned, and you've learned them in a very short time. So I'm impressed. I don't know about anybody else, but I see you having enough money in gain. We have the Eiffel Tower here, so maybe enough to take a trip on. So I'm going to say that's a positive for you. Now, if it wasn't raise time, or if you weren't scheduled to have a review in October, the timeline may have to be dragged out until it aligns with company values. It's your 1-year anniversary. Oh, good. So, yeah, usually you have that annual review, and I won't go into the bad bosses that I worked for, but they came up to me and said, well, you better have you better have a reason for us to give you a raise. So when I came into the office Monday, I outlined everything I did in the last year, and basically I'm a teacher through and through, so I developed coursework and procedural manuals and documentation for the software company that I worked at, and they had no clue that I had done this stuff. Yet, whenever we sent out a computer system, all this documentation and paperwork went with each system. So it's a good thing that they told me I better prove that I deserved a raise, because I worked autonomously. They didn't know what I was doing, and they certainly didn't know what they were doing. So that's what I have for you, Mo. Congratulations, Michelle. And Bill.
Okay. All right. So in my answer card, I have to configure the number 999 came up. And so when you get a raise, you need to have some faith, because you've ended one cycle and you're going to be beginning a new one. And so that's what I got for that. You need to have some faith that you're going to have a renewal, so in getting a raise, or maybe getting a new position in the company, it's not just going to be staying the same. So you're not going, your job is going to stay the same, but you may be getting a little increase in responsibility and so forth. And that's what I'm getting.
Love it. That sounds very positive.
Yeah. So like some of the words that came up was ham. Well, maybe you're going to get the ham this time. So where last year you didn't, maybe you got the turkey.
The Christmas bonus.
This year it's just going to be the ham, and then maybe you get some eggs with it that will lead to some more personal freedom.
Okay. Breaking more shells.
I always like getting turkeys, because when you roast a turkey, it pretty much takes care of itself. But if you're making a holiday dinner, it's all those sides that take time. But if you just roast a turkey and use it like a bachelor would for endless turkey sandwiches, you can eat fine for weeks at a time, freeze some, make soup out of the It's like
casserole.
The 1 month turkey, the bachelor plan,
Yeah.
Why did you cook a 20-pound turkey? Well, I can eat 20 pounds of turkey in a month,
Yeah, that's true. Hopefully this stuff makes sense. All right.
It made sense to me. I'm sure they'll let us know when it resonates. So far, everything we've said has been resonating. They've been interacting well and responding, and it's working out great. They enjoy the way you're reading that. It's resonating with them. So Rossi has a question. She says, should I move back to New York? And I believe this is our last question.
I don't have to pull any cards for this, Rossi. You move back to New York if you want to, but you can't do it till after November 4th.
Okay.
See what I did there, right?
Man.
Put a little pressure on that beat down in Key West for you.
Yes. All right. So I don't have a yes. And Miles is saying that basically we're just going to repeat the same answer we gave you before. It feels like maybe many months ago, but no, you got a negative. So you got a hard 2. You got 2 6s and you got a hard 6. You got 2 6s and 2 2s, right? So when you think about the negative side of 2, it's divided, disappointment, and heartbreak, right? So you got that in pairings, right? You got 2 of these 2s. When you think about the 6 and the negative, in the negative, you have imbalancing of yourself neglectfulness, and self-harming. And remember what I said, even negative thoughts or negative people can be self-harming to us when we already knew that and we chose to go back into that same negative energy. We chose to self-harm ourselves. We can't self-sabotage ourselves. So my answer through dice and just some real quick words that I was able to come up with, I'm gonna say no. I don't think you're going to get anything out of it, but maybe a broken heart, Russie. I think you need to move somewhere else. If you are itching to move, I think this is time to just spin the globe, literally. Get your little globey. If you don't have one, you know, you can just go to a library, spin it, point your finger down. I mean, obviously, stay in America if you want to stay in America, but um, I think there's somewhere better for you. You just need to look a little farther out from where you're kind of focusing. So maybe it's, you know, another country. Don't hope, God, I hope not. But, you know, another part of this beautiful country, I think, is calling for you. And it's not New York. And that's what I've got for you. And I'll see what the guy has got for you.
Well, first of all, you got to take into account your lifestyle and what you do to make money. You know, is that industry around the area that you want to be at? Does you know, if you're in Florida, are you a happy male?
Happy man.
So if it's got the industry there, just make sure you have um, the habitat that you thrive in. Are you a warm weather person? Are you a coastal um, water person? Are you a lake person? Are you a river person? Are you camp out in the middle of the forest? And you know, you got to take in to account and have those areas nearby you, whatever um, interests you. And then again, wherever you go in this country, you know, if you're too coastal, then you have to worry about flooding and hurricanes and storms. If you're in the Midwest or Central States, Tornado Alley, you got to worry about tornadoes. If you're on the West Coast and Pacific Northwest, then you have to worry about seismic activity. You know, if you like to have your feet firmly planted under you and not have your teeth chatter while you're standing on ground, you know, it only happens every once in a while, but sometimes it can be unsettling.
Yes,
And
yes,
I'm
it can.
sure Bill might know about that because aren't you somewhere near the Juan de Fuca fault line, which is out in Cascadia, out in the water off of Portland and Seattle?
Who?
Bill.
Yeah, I
Oh,
am. I am, and if I had money, I would move onto the coast itself, so I would get a front row seat if that thing went off.
oh, wow.
Um, that would be. But I'm actually really. But if it was 1,000 foot long wave, it would hit me where I'm at, even though it would have to go because I live on a pass. But it's kind of interesting here. The first card that just sort of popped out, but I put it back in, was take a spa day. You need to spend some time working on yourself and play self-love, and take a spa day, take time for yourself. But then I put that card back, and then I kind of went away because and then I got two other cards in, So with this move is your mind is in that spot, and you need to get your head in gear. And so, and then the types of words that came for my word card was one was unsettled, and Thomas brought up the word unsettled, and then maybe I don't know where you're at now, but maybe you need to go to the sea, go someplace near the sea. I know New York is near the sea, but maybe New York is not the right because your mind is in the wrong place when you're thinking about New York. And then the other word that came into my mind that came in here was October, and we are in October tomorrow. So watch out. Whatever you do, watch out. Especially if you think about going to New York because your mind is in the wrong spot there. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Well, she says, I have choices. She likes it warm, and she wouldn't mind seeing a few mountains at least. So, 15 minutes from the ocean. I am so jelly. Oh, gosh. She said she lives 15 minutes from the ocean. Oh, my God.
15 minutes from the ocean, and so I got that.
Oh,
I have
that's
this
walking distance. Oh, wow.
She goes to the sea. She's already at the sea. Look at that.
Yes. Ooh.
Wow.
October's your birthday month? I like it.
Your birthday month,
Oh,
October?
gosh.
Yeah, that is Rossi
Yeah.
who was asking that last question. And Bill, you hit on October.
I hit on October and I hit on the sea. So she could always
Where
just
she
stay.
needs to be.
She could stay where she's at and just work on loving yourself and having some fun and having fun and not being all so serious and you want to get your head in the right spot.
I love it. Mo, you just had to ruin it, didn't you, Mo? You just had to ruin it. The move is for a couple of years from now. Mo says come to Pensacola. Oh, man. I love it. Come to Pensacola. Everybody, let's go. Let's go to Mo's. We're going to Mo's.
So, apparently moving is a real big stressor, and I had a dream on the sofa. Was it yesterday or the day before? About packing up when I was 26 years old, packing all my stuff from Iowa into boxes and putting it on having a freight company deliver it to me when I got to California. Well, in the dream, apparently it didn't get to me in California. It found me here in Texas. And, by the time I opened boxes that I packed when I was 26 years of age, and now that I'm 61 and have need to have clean floor space so I can wander around with my disabilities. I certainly didn't need the things that I needed at 26 at 61. So it was pretty much wasted effort that they even found it. It could have just stayed lost, and it really wouldn't have been a loss anyway.
Absolutely.
Wow. Well,
So,
I know that when
I'm curious, Bill, what do you got coming up either this week or what do you got special coming up for your channel?
I have just I'm running a new schedule, and my new schedule is I'm doing 4 lives a week. And so 9 p.m. Pacific time This is Tarot Tuesday. So something tarot related. So it may be, I may just be going into my tarot coloring book and coloring cards, or I may eventually go into doing readings for people. That's what the plan is.
Okay.
Pacific time.
So that makes it really late for East Coast and Central.
Yeah. So then random Friday. So random will be do something random. It means something I will make my plans for what I'm doing for Friday like 5 minutes before I go on.
Oh, I like that.
Or it'll be all day. I don't know. Saturday, painting Saturday. So I'll be doing a
Oh,
painting on Saturday nights. And then
I like that.
that Sunday at 1, crafting Sundays. And so that could be working on paper mache. It could be working on something else. It could be working on whatever. It's sort of crafting, or it could be so much as finishing the painting that I did the night before.
Oh, wow. That sounds like you are about to get really busy. I love it. I love it.
Bill,
I like busy
Bill is
work.
diverse and has a lot of irons in the fire. I'm just a one-trick pony. I either teach or read. So
Yeah. So then, for anybody who's watching in, make sure that you push the right buttons here, because these buttons are
Yes,
important to push the buttons.
my
absolutely.
my exes say I'm very good at pushing buttons.
Buttons. Yeah. Yeah. Huh.
Everybody, make sure you do all the YouTubey things. There are links posted. If you are not subscribed to Bill, you guys are missing out on one incredibly talented man. I'm telling you guys, this man is incredible when it comes to his art, like his expression in art. I was literally just scrolling one day doing mindless things, and all of a sudden he was painting, and I was like, are you kidding me? This guy paints too? Like, holy cow. And I just kept watching and watching and watching, and before I knew it, it was almost like I was in a Bob Ross rewind, because he had this amazing water setting, and I just kept thinking, oh my god, it needs a lighthouse, it needs a lighthouse. And he literally put a lighthouse at the end of like this spot in perfect position. And oh my god, you guys, the painting is, oh god, it's
This the
breathtaking.
painting we did
He is
tonight.
one incredible and talented artist. And yes, look at this, guys.
This is
I
a
want to go
night's.
wherever I want that. And well, actually, I'm going to have that on my cruise. I don't know. That's somewhere on my cruise, and I'm going to find it.
You're never
I
gonna
know
find it.
I'm going to see that scene on my cruise. I know I
You,
am.
you ain't gonna see it, Hershey, because it's on a freshwater lake in eastern Oregon in Primeville.
Okay, so everybody just keeps stealing my dang on dreams and wishes. Okay, fine. Fine.
But you might see
I'll see something similar.
this was a time exposure at night, and it was a yellow moon, and there was a yellow moon I think last month or in July, and I got the picture off an Oregon subreddit on Reddit, and I'm gonna paint it again. That, or I
It's
might.
gonna be amazing, whatever it is. Oh, Mo, I mean, he works with like 5 colors, like literally. Like he tells you, you only need this, and you can literally create every color. He talks you through it. It's so cool to watch him work, man. He's really good at it. He's really good at it. And his happy little accidents are always amazing as well. So it's pretty cool to watch him. I enjoy watching you paint. It's like literally watching paint dry, but I don't care. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. And I mean that with love. I swear I do. I enjoy watching artists work. those paper mache masks he was making, I was like, that's a cat. I don't know how I knew it, but I was like, that is definitely a cat. That is amazing. I thought it was so cool. Yep.
This is
So,
something else.
Well,
so
that one
Bill,
is
if
a
you got a few
bear
minutes,
or
would
something.
you stick around for us to talk about an after show, and then we'll let these fine folks go. Thank you for being here. You could have been anywhere, but you chose to be here with us. And thank you for honoring us with your time and your attention. Remember, be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and go out and make it a great day. Bye, everyone.
Hi, guys.
Hi.